I'm gonna share the link with you. I'm gonna share the link with you. I'm gonna share the link with you. Actually, I'm gonna put it on my average money page. I'm gonna put it on the average money page. Okay. Can you hear me? Is there an echo? You. Let's see what this is looking like. Mic check. You. Can you hear me? See what's popping on here. What up, y'all? Hope y'all having a good day. It's crazy out here in San Diego, windy. You know what I'm saying? But we about to start in 2 minutes. I'll start in 2 minutes. Basically, what I'm going to do is go over my account real quick. And then I'm going to go over today's post of the day on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go to @AverageMoneyWorks on IG. Follow the page. We got daily posts. And then we're going to do a podcast talking about the post, digging a little bit deeper into what the post means, what kind of information you should grab from it, and apply to your own life, your own financial situation. And basically, the ultimate goal is to reach financial freedom and live the life the way we want to. So we'll start here in about a couple minutes. See what happens. I gotta figure out how to do that one thing where they like the ghetto swipe up feature. Okay. We'll start in 2 minutes at 12:25. Should be pretty light work. See what our plays are doing. Ooh. Should I play my beat? Hold on a sec. Is it playing? Oh, no, it's not gonna work because I have it. Can you hear it? You can hear the beat? Oh, it's playing. Oh no. Can you hear the beat or not? Oh, okay. You can? Oh, snap. Oh, that's dope. Should I do my thing with this song in the background or not? Let's turn it down a little bit. What up? Is the beat too loud? I don't even know how to turn it down on here. How's that? Alright, can you hear me? It's still on. The beat. You can't hear the beat no more? He just doesn't stop. What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all having a good day. It's super delayed. Man, the delay is crazy. I'll just keep it like this. What's going on, y'all? Hope you're having a good day. Make sure you comment, tell me what's up. Those of you who are on. We're gonna start this thing in 2 minutes. Officially. seconds. More or less, a little bit more than 30 seconds. About to get this joint popping. Did you get any notification saying that I'm live? That I went live? You did? Yeah. No, on IG you did? How about on Facebook? I mean on YouTube. On YouTube too? Okay. All right, here we go. All right, what's going on, y'all? Hope y'all having a good Monday. If you're in the stock market, you're definitely having a good Monday. Everybody in the stock market loves Mondays because you wake up and you find out that you've made money over the weekend while you was chilling. And for me, if I'm going back to look at my old plays, my solo play is about the same. It's been about this for the last, probably all of last week. But my money's up today because of Apple. So if you guys remember, if I go to this and look at this over the past week, you can see this thing's been going up. You know what I'm saying? So over here, when I bought this, I had to pay $220 right here. And then right now it's worth $258. So that'd be a profit of $38 if I decided to sell it right now and just collect my money. But you can see it was down here at 202. And then as the week went by, it's been going up. And right now, like I said, it's at 255. The highest that it had gotten to was right here, 273. You know what I'm saying? So $53 I was up. But like I said, this is a leap play that I'm holding for at least half of the year, and just gonna hold it. And basically, probably like around June or July, I'll close it and see where we're at as far as the total return goes. But ideally, I would like for it to be up $200. So I'm trying to double my money basically. But if you have a small account and you want to do a leap option, this is the way to do it, by doing a debit spread. So if you're unfamiliar with debit spreads, basically you would buy the leap option as if you wanted the regular leap, and then you would sell the one above it, which would give you a spread, which basically means that you'll buy the shares at 130 and then you'll sell the shares at 135. So if you decide to, or if both these options fall deep in the money, then they will get exercised and you'll make your money that way. If I wanted to do just a leap, let's say I actually had the money for it, this is how much I would be up. So when I bought this option, it was at $21.55. Multiply it by 100 because you're controlling 100 shares at the time, would be $2,155 to buy this option. And if I was to close it right now it's worth $27.30. So if I open up this right here, $27.30 minus $21.55, I would make $575 if I just did this without the spread. So because I did the spread, the most that I can actually make from this is $280. That's because the difference between 135 and 130 is 5. So $500 because of 100 shares, and then I spent $220. So if I can make 500 from this minus the 220 that I spent, 280 is the most I can make because I did a spread. So I'm agreeing to buy shares and sell shares at the same time. But if you have the money, then buying a leap option would be the way to go. So why would anyone buy a leap option, and what is a leap option? If I go to Google real quick and show you guys, let me see if this actually types in when I type it. Right, so a leap option is, hold on, right here, a long-term equity anticipation securities. So basically what that means is you're in it for the long term and you're just holding an option with an anticipation that you're gonna make money. Basically, it's like holding actual shares without holding actual shares. So if you have a lot of money, you can just buy 100 shares of Apple, But if you buy 100 shares of Apple at the price that it's at, which would be 142, let's just say it's 142 flat, and you need to buy 100 shares. Oh snap, 142 times 100. You need $14,200 to buy 100 shares. But what happens when you buy this, like this, is every dollar that Apple moves, you make $100. So if Apple goes up to 150, then you'll make $800, right? Because that's the difference between 142 and 150 is 8. So you'd make $800 just from holding the shares and letting it go into 150. If you do a leap option, and let's say I bought it at this price at that time, so a leap option, it's right here, and then you multiply it by 100. I only need $2,155, and then I have control of 100 shares. So I don't actually own the shares, but I have control, as in saying that I could exercise this option and sell somebody 100 shares of Apple at $130. Or I can close the option when it goes up in value, and the way that it goes up in value is when Apple stock price goes up. So if I owned 100 shares, I saw I only would make $575 at the current moment. When I bought this, what was Apple trading at? I think it was, I don't remember actually. But let's just look at the options table. So let's say we bought it at the price that it's at right now. So 135, it's at, let's see. So it's at 27.43. So I'd have to spend $2,743 to buy this option right now. So if Apple was to go up from the price that it's at now to 140, which would be $8 move. So let's say it goes up $8. So we'd go down here. This would be a $5 move. So about right here, the option would be worth $32.40. So $32.40 minus 27. What is it? 27.38. Did I do that right? Oh, 32 minus 27.38. So I'd only make $502, which is obviously not the same as $800. It's a $300 difference. But if you decide to spend this, right, and let's say you actually have the 14,000 and you wanted to buy 100 shares, you could buy, divided. You could buy 6 contracts, right? So if you do 21.55 times 6, you're spending almost about the same. You could probably buy another contract and you'll spend a little bit more than owning 100 shares. But let's just say we did that, right? So we spent about the same amount of money, but we bought leap options instead of the actual shares. So what you would do is we had that $502 profit, but you have to multiply that by 6 because you have 6 contracts. So instead of making $800 from owning 100 shares and it moving $8, you would make $3,012 for owning just 6 contracts, spending the same amount of money, but owning contracts. So leap options is, in my opinion, the smartest way to invest, but you need capital for it. So if you don't have a lot of capital, you just have a little bit of money you're getting in. Debit spreads is how you get into leap options, which is exactly what I did. And as you guys saw, I'm up there. So that was a little bit of a long explanation on it, but that's where we're at. And you can see my shares right here. Apple, I'm up $7.27. UNH, I'm up $3 something cents. AT&T, I'm up $8. I'm still waiting for those dividends that I'm gonna get next Monday. So next Monday, I'm gonna get paid $3.64 just because I own 7 shares of AT&T. So that's passive income, dividend income. And basically what you want to do is buy a bunch of dividend stocks and you keep buying in. And the more shares you own, the more money you get. These things pay out per quarter. Some of them pay out every month. If you set it up properly, you can get paid every month in dividends depending on which stocks you own and when they pay out their dividends. So that might be a strategy that we're gonna dive into on this account. But like I said, it's a small account and we're just working our way up. So we're kind of diving into everything that you can possibly do with a small account and showing you how you can use it if you have a large account. So leap options, like I said, with no debit spread would be a large account play, small account play, dividend or debit spread. And basically what you're doing is just getting into debit spreads also while you're putting your own money in, and then once you have the amount of money to buy an actual Leap option, then that would be the smart decision. But I didn't want to put my entire account into one Leap option, so I want to make sure that I'm showing you guys everything that you can possibly do in the stock market. So that's what we're doing here. I haven't really done, well, I did put my solo play in my my Excel spreadsheet. Let me open that up real quick. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys leave that in the live chat. I got y'all. So here we are. Wait, is this up to date? I think I need to update this. Yeah, I need to update this. I'll update it later, but I'll show you guys that whole thing. So you can see right now my account's at 23.91, and Bitcoin is just chilling down here at 33. I might end up buying more Bitcoin just to reset it at 200, just before it runs back up. The long-term analysis on Bitcoin is that it's going to reach $100,000, $150,000, maybe even $200,000 for a Bitcoin. Long-term play, there's no timeline on when that's going to happen. So obviously the best time to get into Bitcoin is before it happens, so you can profit off of the actual move. So that's with that. Now what we're going to do is dive into our Instagram play or post of the day. So if you're unfamiliar with that, make sure you go over to my Instagram page, and what we do is we post daily a new post on money saving and investing tips, and then we have a podcast going over what to take away from that. So today's post of the day is 3 areas to cut back on expenses. So open this up. Like I said, make sure you guys go over to Instagram while you're listening to this and check that out. Check the post out so you can read it as I go along. So 3 areas to cut back on expenses, and this is just a generalization. There's obviously more areas you can cut back on, but you have subscription services, so like Netflix, Disney Plus, AT&T if you're paying a lot for extra mobile data, or if you have AT&T like TV and you have a bunch of premium channels that you don't watch, you can cut back on that. Eating out too much, which is a very common issue, like getting McDonald's, drinking a lot of Starbucks, or getting food delivered to your house via Grubhub or DoorDash, things like that. And then unnecessary purchases. So we have Target, Apple, Amazon. A lot of people I know go to Target and come back spending $100-something when they really only needed toilet paper. Amazon, obviously it's easy to buy things online, and you can spend hours on Amazon just adding things to your cart that you might want, and next thing you know, you got 45 packages coming because you spent $175 on things that you really didn't even need. You just liked it and then end up buying it. And then Apple, I put Apple there because that goes with always needing the latest and greatest technology. So Apple comes out with a new phone, I believe once a year. I know Samsung comes out with a phone every 6 months. They got the Samsung Galaxy S series and then the Note series, and they just started coming out with the Fold. So, and then they got laptops, there's MacBooks, there's so much technology coming out every 6 to 12 months, and there's people out there that just have to have the latest and greatest. And you might have a phone that works perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong with it, but you just need the latest and greatest technology, and you keep digging yourself a hole because you're spending all this money on something that you didn't even need, because it basically has the same features as what your old phone is, but for some reason we just have to have the newest. So once you add those up, if you combine this post with our previous post about writing down all your expenses, your personal finance checklist, tracking your monthly expenses and all that, once you realize how quickly these things add up, take that extra cash that you would be spending on that and buy their stocks instead. These stocks all do well. They either pay good dividends or they're continuously going up. They're not going anywhere. Obviously, they're all pretty big companies, and it's just a way to, instead of spending money and not getting anything in return, you invest that money and then you actually start making money from the companies that you've been spending money on. So that's the key takeaway from this podcast, from this episode, is to look at what you're overspending on, cut back. I'm not saying to eliminate it out all completely. Like, you don't have to stop drinking Starbucks, but think about it next time. You could be putting that money into Starbucks and getting money. You could actually get a free coffee from Starbucks if you invest first, and then all the money that you make from Starbucks, you can go get yourself a free coffee. You know what I'm saying? Just be a little bit smarter with your money. Realize where it's going and how you can leverage it to put yourself in a better situation financially. So with that being said, make sure you guys stay tuned for the next episode, the next podcast. That's going to be tomorrow, and that one tomorrow is going to cover where we at? The 10% rule. So we talked about the instant gratification, and we talked about David Chilton's quote about investing long-term growth 10%, and that's how you get rich. We're going to go ahead and break that down for you guys in the next episode, so make sure you guys stay tuned. If you guys have any questions, hit me up here or there, anywhere. So hope you guys have a good Monday, and I'll see y'all then. All right, peace. All right, I'm done.